Hello, hello. Final Rush here with a Vampire Survivors video. I'm gonna give us a little bit of sound here. Maybe, maybe. Alright, so my goal here is I'm gonna show you how to set up for the different methods of gold farming in Vampire Survivors. If you're not sure why we would be gold farming in Vampire Survivors, and you still have a bit to play in the game and a bit to unlock. So this is this is tech. I wouldn't say technically it's like in-game stuff, but uh, it's best saved for the in-game. I think might be the way to put it. Also, I'm not getting any sound. What is up with that? Oh, there we go. Alright, so the first method, whenever you have close to like no eggs, close to no eggs, you're just wanting to get started farming, you're going to want to use Queen Sigma. She takes a bit to unlock. You got to do quite a bit to unlock her if you don't use a spell, um, but you're going to want to use her. There's other options, but she's definitely like the strongest because she's crazy powerful. Limit it to 2 weapons. Doesn't matter what you do, eggs on her, because she can't pick up eggs. She can't buy eggs. She can't use eggs. Going with her, go to Mount Moonspell. If you can't use Mount Moonspell, Bone Zone is also an option. If you can't use Bone Zone, really any place you can go to if you want, but Mount Moonspell is going to be the best because it has it's tied for gold bonus, tied for luck bonus. I think it actually has 10% more luck now that I think about it. But it doesn't. Enemies don't gain health over time like they do in Bone Zone. So go into Mount Moonspell. You want Hyper on, Hurry Off, Arcana's on, Limit Break on, Inverse on. This is gonna make you money, and Hyper's gonna make you money, and Endless on. That way you can have it run endlessly. I'm not gonna actually have it run endlessly. I'm just gonna show you how to get it set up real quick. So you go in and go ahead and choose Wicked Season or Disco Gold. It doesn't really matter which one because Queen Sigma one of her passes is that she gains Arcanas very, very quickly. And you can go over to this guy, click pick a card. Oh, I don't have enough money yet. Well, that sucks. Oh well. Okay, get Disco Golden. Now, we got the 2 most important ones. So everything after this is just kind of cake. This is helpful. It's going to give us a cooldown. This is helpful. It's going to increase our damage. This is helpful. It's going to increase our health and give us kind of a unique property for our weapon. This is also helpful-ish. Not so much as the others, but I mean, it would still be there. So I'm going to go with this one because I want that cooldown. And we want our other weapon to be Greatest Jubilee. The reason for that being is that Greatest Jubilee spawns light sources. Now, whenever we go in here, one of the things we want to do is make sure we have Orologians sealed. Matter of fact, Orologians should just always be sealed. There's no reason to ever have them not be sealed. Since we're at low magnet, or not low magnet, since we're at low eggs, obviously, because she can't get any, we definitely want to take Attract Orb. Stone Mask is also going to be helpful. Skullomaniac is going to be helpful. And Tarona's Box is going to be helpful because it's also going to give us Curse. She is low enough that she definitely can't reach that cap on Curse where it'll stop benefiting you. So go ahead and just load up on Curse for her. Let's see what else. I don't really care about Crown because we're gonna gain the XP over time eventually, and since I'm not really gaining money from leveling up, it's not really what I'm worried about. I mean, it's more or less set up now. Pretty much all that's left to do is to gain the XP, get yourself to the point where all your weapons are maxed out, and you're able to just rapidly limit break. With endless mode now, you don't need to worry about trying to prioritize every single second on Wicked Season. Just let the game run. Don't sit there and super stress yourself out about it. Got plenty of time. There we go. We got our first Gold Fever. I think that's our first. And it's going to be what makes us our money. It's going to be what makes us our money in the next method too. But we'll make more from that other character because they can actually get eggs, which increases greed. Which is the reason why Sigma gets outclassed. She can't get eggs, so... It's gonna just take a couple seconds to get set up here. I mean, like I said earlier, it pretty much is set up. I don't really have to do anything, but I do need to go and chase my XP a little bit because I don't have huge magnet. I have decent magnet, but I don't have huge magnet. Okay, I am nowhere near the might cap, so it might behoove me to go ahead and take spinach. And I want the empty tome as my last item for sure. My cooldown won't be at max, but it'll be close. There we go. Empty tome. This is everything I need. Now it's just a matter of leveling up, getting to that point to where I'm just constantly gaining. Limit break. And you just let the game run. Go do something like sleep, go to work, go to school, do whatever you got going on, something that's going to take some hours. Gain a few million gold, I don't know, 10 million, 100 million, however much you want. Let it build up. What you're going to do is you're going to let her gain you a whole bunch of gold. See, here we go. We're in full effect now. You're going to want her to gain you a whole bunch of gold, and then you're going to go to a character that you've chosen, and you're going to spend that money on them. The best way to do that is to go to Moongallow, go up north. Oh, there we go. Shoot. Mad Groove also isn't too bad in the sense that it pulls light sources towards you. And since I don't really need anything else because she's more than enough, I'm going to do that. I forgot what I was saying. But alright, yeah, that's that setup. You just let this run. That's it. That's all there is to it. Let her gain a whole bunch of money. Maybe just let it run for a day. 2. Oh yeah. Go to Moongallow. Go up north. Click buy all. With whatever character you choose. Alright. So now you've earned money on Queen Sigma. And you want to spend it on whoever. You choose your character. Whoever you're going to spend it on. You're going to do pretty much the exact thing I just did. So, let's see here. Who do I have that only has like 1,000? Thank you. Alright, she's got 2 grand. We'll take her in. We're going to do the exact same thing. Now, it's going to work with any character. Eggs kind of snowball, and they make you powerful. So you can use it on anybody. It's just most people put it on Big Trouser because he is the most efficient. But because my Big Trouser has so many eggs, I'm going to use her as an example. You're going to go in, you're going to want to go ahead and choose between Wickedness Season, Disco Gold. Whichever one you didn't take, go ahead and pick a card. You got to do this on characters that aren't Queen Sigma because they don't gain Arcanas at the same rate. I'm not going to get another Arcana for quite a while, so I want to take Wicked Season for that curse and a little bit for the greed. And I want to take this for the Gold Fever. And then start getting rid of useless stuff. And I don't have max might, so I might take it. Yeah, we'll take that. Oh, there is Greatest Jubilee. Now, as you can see, weapons are going to have different effects on how fast you can clear enemies. So whenever you're in this stage, you've already put points into somebody, or you're deciding who to put points into, rather. Keep that in mind. Your starting weapon is very important. You're gonna want something that can cover the whole screen. Covers the whole screen and kill enemies just as soon as they appear. That's your goal. That's your happy place. I should have taken... Why didn't I take... Oh well. Still want Stone Mask because your source of money is going to be gold. We'll go ahead and take this so we can get Greatest Jubilee. And then it's pretty much the same thing. You're going to make money from Gold Fever that are going to be caused by Greatest Jubilee. You want to bump up your might. You want to bump up your cooldowns. And then leave it AFK running for a while. Kind of the longer the better. But it also behooves you to go back and put in your stuff and then come back because you'll make more money. So, you know, go AFK for a while, make some money, come back. And we are low enough that Curse can probably still help, so we'll do that. And Torrona's, I think, would be the last. Candelabrador would help in this specific situation, but since I'm not worried about building the scenario around this specific character, then again, just take weapons that are going to be able to do massive damage to the whole screen. Song of Mana and Garlic. What? I did not want that evolved. Oh well, my bad. I'm just here, isn't it? I'm just here doing example stuff. And now I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, Garlic, Song of Mana. They have the potential to get really big, but they lack damage. That's their biggest issue, is they really do lack damage. They're terrible damage dealers. If you limit break them quite a bit, it won't be so bad. There's that. But better options are things like Death Spiral, which is the upgraded axes. Infinite Corridor, which is upgraded Rune Tracer, is actually surprisingly good. Crimson Shroud is fantastic. It's magnifique. Blood Astronomia and Sarabanda Healing, they're kind of only really good later on, so taking them early, you might see some help, but you really got to have a lot of eggs for them to be useful. Okay. And I just let this run. I will say that in some situations, whenever you allow limit breaking, and you can limit break, your weapon will eventually get big enough that it'll cover the screen. So, you know, feel free to take a weapon that's not currently covering the screen, but that will eventually get there. A good example of that is the axe. the non-evolved axe, it will eventually get so huge that it hits everything. Alright, so that's that. You want to come in, you want to do pretty much the exact same thing you were doing on Queen Sigma, but you're going to make more money because of your eggs, because of your greed. So, next method. It's going to be a little bit harder for me to show you. Basically, you're going to want to go in. I'm not going to actually be able to display it, unfortunately, because I don't have a weak enough character. But I'll still go in with it. So you're going to want to go in. You're going to want to stop using Disco of Gold and Greatest Jubilee entirely. You're going to go into your map. All of this still turned on except for Hurry. And you're going to choose Gadiamari. And the goal here is to turn that into Vicious Hunger. So if you have a high enough luck stat already, there's a good chance that you can skip your first weapon choice and get a Super Candy Box 2 and just go straight to Vicious Hunger. But the goal is basically to turn everything into coins. So you'll stop gaining XP, you'll stop gaining food. It's going to turn everything except chests into coins. And as you gain more eggs, it'll get more efficient at it to where you'll like literally not get any XP at all. You won't get any items at all, etc., etc. I recommend starting out with Wicked Season. It's the only one that really benefits you here. Silent Sanctuary kind of helpful because again you want that cooldown. Although once you're at, you should probably be doing Vicious Hunger at around 70 or 80,000 eggs. And once you're that high, you don't need the cooldown. So I take that back. Definitely gonna just want Wicked Season. And like I said, I can't really demonstrate it because I don't have a character weak enough. But you're gonna want to still take. You're gonna want to take Vicious Hunger because it's gonna be what gets you your money. And you want a weapon that can deal good screen-wide damage. So something like Death Spiral or Gorgeous Moon. I don't even know why I'm bothering with this. Let me see here. Let me see if I can. It would take me a little bit to get Vicious Hunger set up with anybody. And all of their second weapons are crap. I guess with him. We'll go with that. Yeah, we can do this. Wait a second. I just remembered. Glad I remembered. No, not you. No. And this is where we get rid of movement speed. Would you stop? Stop it. Stop it. Okay. So we're going to go with Red Death. I like him because Death Spiral just gets absolutely bonkers. It's an extremely powerful weapon, especially if you let it limit break. So it's really good for money making. So you're looking for something that you can pair with Vicious Hunger because Vicious Hunger does not do a lot of damage. So you're going to want Death Spirals. You're going to want Friggy, which is the evolved pistols. You're going to want Blood Astronomia because it hits everything. Even if it's not doing a ton of damage, at least it's hitting pretty much everything. Infinite Corridor is a good option. Crimson Shroud. A weapon to complement it, basically. Okay, so we go into our stage here. We've got everything turned on. Now, this will help because I am using the axes, so that's situational. But we always, well, do we really need Wicked Season?
it will help, but not a ton. It'll help, but not a ton. So it's really up to you if you want to take a Wicked Season at this point. Nothing else is really going to benefit, though, and at least you'll get a little bit of something from this. Again, these two will be okay for healing, but they're not going to do a whole lot of damage. They'll help, but you might be better off using Slash, actually, so it will enable criticals for the axe and double its damage. But I'm also going to limit break, so I think I'll just Wicked Season. And there we go, there's the Gaddy Amari. And at this point, yep, everything is pretty much capped, so I don't need anything. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. Don't care about that. We'll go ahead and take a Tract Orb because it's unique in that it actually affects your magnet by the percentage it lists and doesn't just add that percent. Like this only adds 10% to speed. It doesn't give me 10% of my speed, which would be 450. It would bring that to 4580. So that's useless to me. Take that. We want the Stone Mask for two reasons. One, because it's going to increase the amount of money we can get, and two, we have to have it in order to evolve. Now I bet our curse is high enough now that I'm not really going to benefit from more, so I'm not going to take any curse. I'm not sure when the first evolve chest is, so I'm going to let this run for just a second while I put my food in the oven after I get done with this whole banishing section. Just a second here. And put that on random always. Move up a little bit. And there we go. Now, we're not fully set up because I haven't turned it into Vicious Hunger, but we'll get there. I'll be right back. Alright. I don't think a chest has dropped yet. That. Oh, I'm wrong. Can I evolve from this chest? I can! Sweet. Okay. So now we're fully set up. Once Vicious Hunger starts to do its thing, we'll... Yeah, already. See? XP is dried up. All the items, everything that isn't a coin is getting turned into a coin. Except for chests, obviously. And that's how we make money from Vicious Hunger.
Alright. Also, for those of you who don't know, if you are rapidly leveling up, like it just non-stop, needle buried, as I'll show you in just a second, escape will not pause the game. But if you click right here, where there's a pause button that can sometimes be hard to see it? It will pause the game, even if you're rapidly leveling up. Here, I'll go demonstrate it. And I'll show you the last method I use to gain money. Okay. Go in with one weapon. Oh, shoot. There we go. Eggs on, obviously. Eggs always on if you're not Sigma, and then with Sigma it doesn't matter, so whatever. And we don't want to limit break. That's important because we can't gain money if we're limit breaking. We enter. I'm going to skip this. I'm going to take Blood Astronomia. Going to take Super Candy Box 2, Gorgeous Moon. And we're going to banish absolutely everything. I don't need anything. Literally not a single useful item on the screen for me. I can take the Attract Orb and it would boost my magnet significantly, but I don't need it, so I'm just going to banish it. Because my reach is already crazy. Alright, always big coin bag. Go over here, get a card. Now I want Sarah Band of Healing. And there we go. I'm all set up. I'm done. I can let this run for over a day and my leveling will not stop doing this. It will literally keep up this pace right here. Would you get out of my way? It'll literally keep up this pace right here for at least 24 hours, if not longer. I stopped it because I got tired of it, basically. Let's see. I started being able to do this when I had around 12 million eggs. If that's any indication about how long you would need to spend on Vicious Hunger. Alright, so notice the XP bar is just buried. I'm just rapidly losing XP. So if I hit escape, or I try to pick up a chest, nothing's going to happen. I won't activate the chest, the game's not going to pause. But if I click here, the game will pause for me. No matter how much I'm leveling. So there you go. That's how you set up the different leveling methods. From 0 eggs to a couple thousand eggs to tens of thousands of eggs to millions of eggs. I haven't really found anything past this point, but I haven't really needed anything past this point. Easily the most powerful weapons I've found in this game are Gorgeous Moon, because it just straight up kills enemies and gives you XP, and XP is how I get money. Sarah Band of Healing does damage for me. Enemies are way too strong for most weapons, pretty much all weapons, to injure them. Unless I limit break, and even then they can get strong enough to maybe resist my limit break. I'll have to test that out a little bit. I haven't really put a whole lot of time into it, but Blood Astronomia is crazy good for me, and Crimson Shroud, but Crimson Shroud is more difficult to get. I believe it's probably the most powerful weapon in the game, but it's harder to set up. It was really easy for me to get Gorgeous Moon and the 2 Arcanas I wanted. Not so easy for me to get Crimson Shroud because I can't evolve. That's pretty much everything. Whenever I make these videos, I usually do it whenever I'm live on Twitch, so feel free to stop by and see me anytime. I say that, but I'm usually on in the afternoons, about 3 p.m., 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. If I get home and I don't fall asleep in my chair after work, feel free to stop in, say hi, give me your thoughts on the methods, how you do it, and what you got going on. And thank you, everybody. Y'all have a good day.